Oh my goodness. How is everybody doing? Back for another exciting beta read. Oh my goodness. And if you can't tell, I'm out of breath. Why? Why am I out of breath, ladies and gentlemen? Because I just did 2 other beta reads, and this is the last one. I'm very excited. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, wow, let's just jump right into this and I'll explain everything. Let's get some likes and plugs out the way. Like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Let's check out some books. Bright Dreadful Sun. Oh my goodness. So wonderful. The Yamikage, A New Dawn. Oh my goodness, my first book, so good, so wonderful. Not Every Star in the Night. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, so many books. And why am I so excited? Why am I so excited? 2 reasons. Number one, my family celebrated Thanksgiving today. Maybe that's where I'm getting all this energy from. And number two, the sequel to the Yamikage is uploading right now. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, when you're self-publishing, you run through a lot of technical difficulties. So with that being said, it was a tough process because this computer has the manuscript, the other one has Photoshop, and wow, oh my goodness. Tough, tough, tough. But very excited. We're not here to talk about my books. We're here to talk about your books. So 5-star beta reader, 5-star ghostwriter, editor, and wow, now we're trying to start the publishing company. Obviously a published author. So with that being said, as you guys know, Fiverr beta read, Upwork beta reads in general can take hours and hours and hours. But what this is kind of like a really compartmentalized, compressed version of that. Kind of a speed beta read. So what this is basically me opening up the book for the first time and just kind of reading with the critical eye here a little bit. So, yeah, I've not read ahead of this. We only do the first chapter, but today we're doing something really interesting where I'm doing, instead of one long one, I'm doing 3 shorter ones. So we're trying to confine this to 15 minutes. But I got a feeling since this is the last one, we might have a little bit more time. Let's see. So, anyways, let's get moving. So, the book is called Marked by Shadows. Marked by Shadows. Game of Thrones voice. By E.K. Williams. Pretty interesting. Very good. Love the title page. Very good. So, wow. Oh my goodness. I'm being presented with a lot of good manuscripts today. None of them have that amateur feel. I'm so excited. So the last 2 were, I would say, an arm's length of being published ready. I'm hoping this one is. So it's got a nice title page, elevated font. Oh my goodness, so pretty good. That already puts me in great sights. This is a work of fiction, names, character. Okay, copyright page. Also another good thing, maybe center that. What we also at see 2023. Oh, okay, so they're publishing. Their plan to publishing ahead. Interesting. It's not a problem. Not a problem. All right, so we got 2 publishing page. So ladies and gentlemen, pay no attention to the email. I'm gonna fly right by that. Yeah, so I don't want any YouTube community over there screenshotting emails. But I don't think that would happen. But anyways, dedication page. That's why I sped past it. Don't reverse people. You don't need people's emails. Okay, dedicate. Well, I mean, if it's gonna be the bug, I don't know. But anyways, dedication page. Wonderful, love it. Okay, so I think this book is already gonna be in good sights because obviously we have the elements in there for that first opening barrage of things you get. So dedication of the story means anything at all to you. It was written to you. So I'm assuming that means for the reader. Okay, maybe center that font. So I appreciate that because I'm probably gonna have a great time reading this. I already have a great time. So the page numbers are present. This looks like non-amateurish, and I haven't even seen the writing yet. So very excited for this prologue. Okay, so we're beginning on the prologue. Okay, so I'm treating that as if it's the first chapter. Okay, because it's the first thing I'm being presented with. Very interesting. Why? Because we can tell a lot just by that first page, no matter what it is. A lot of times, some of the experts will say, stay away from prologues. Oh, that's why this manuscript's going so it's 400 pages. Not bad. Yamikage Diplomacy, 700 pages. Oh my goodness, that's the longest book I ever read. I ever read and wrote. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Isn't that funny? You're writing the largest book you ever read. All right, okay, keep on moving. Slowness. Can you go? This is what I'm talking about. The computer's so slow. Prologue. I think that's spectral font. I like spectral font. Keep on moving. Keep on grooving. So I'm probably gonna spend more time with this just because based how slow this is. It's 400 pages to keep going. Okay, so the manuscript is still loading. We're already recording. So anyways, let's see move forward. Like I said, I do not read ahead, so I'm reading as if brand new reader for the first time. Slow computer. Why is it so slow? Oh my goodness. So with that being said, while it loads, oh there you go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. I was gonna say let's talk about the weather. Okay, keep on moving. So page number 6 is where some action is starting to happen. Yeah, let's go. Keep on moving. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry, hurry, hurry up. 400 pages. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the first time this has happened. I mean, large manuscript. I should have waited it for load, but hey, no, look at this. marked by shadows. This is why I asked for the first chapter, not the whole manuscript. It's totally cool. A lot of people end up sending me the whole manuscript, but wow. What to do? So I'm gonna keep on rolling. I'm not gonna stop rolling. Let's go. Okay, single bright light bulb. Suede. Oh, okay. Here we go. Keep on moving. Keep on moving, people. Oh my goodness, what is taking so long? For future reference, please send me the first chapter only. Although that's totally cool if I get the whole thing. I am not gonna beta read the whole thing, of course. Obviously not. If I was getting a gig to do that, I would more than be happy to. So while it loads, what does that look like for me? A typical day in the more of a professional beta reader that gets paid good money for this. Well, usually it first starts off with getting the first manuscript, getting what I have in front of me right now, and then I would literally go line by line, and give critiques and comments. So I don't skimp on those either. I'm pretty generous with those. A lot of people are not. So with that being said, there's also a war between like paid beta readers and not paid beta readers. Usually non-paid beta readers, they go, oh, that's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Whereas somebody that treats their beta reading seriously will get line by line plus a 50-page report. I've literally gotten books where my report has been longer than the actual book. Anyways, but yeah, so it's quality over quantity. Anyways, here we go. So with that being said, first page, first line, first sentence, first paragraph, very important. So what do we got here? So we're opening up with a nice aesthetic, which I really, really encourage. Single bright light bulb swayed ominously over the room, somehow making the pain worse than anyone could have ever imagined. That's a hook. And he had experienced every kind of pain possible. And then we open up with the main right there on the next sentence. Good job. I heavily approve that first line. Good job. The margins looks like they're published ready. These are symmetrical margins. A lot of times when you get an amateur manuscript, you don't see that. So I'm, already right there. Just that one sentence is the difference between me sending something back and me going, okay, this is something I want to read. So these beta reads are free. I love doing them. I read unbiasedly, but the majority I send back. I'm like, no, I don't want, no. But this is something they nailed on just the first page. The first sentence, I could already tell. So let's keep on moving. So with that being said, author's in a great place right now. I'm actually not worried about him. Roger assumed he can handle the physical pain and torture, but quickly realized he could not. Watch out for the tells not shows. Elevate your character profile too, especially if presenting the main very fast. Being chained to the wall fatigued his muscles. Yes, watch the tells not shows, but electricity surging through his body with physically and emotionally debilitating. So we're in third person limited. We might be in third person omniscient. I don't know. Can't tell just quite yet. We need to see if the narrator has an opinion or not. Oh, no, it is third person limited. The narrator has an opinion. So with that being said, let's go check. Because the narrator is describing the amount of pain. Being chained to a wall, had fatigued his muscles. There you go, narrator opinion. So that's an observation, a narrator observation. So we're in third person limited, not omniscient, know how to write the both two different things. So light green eyes, making a flesh. Oh, nice light green eyes. Wonderful. Character profile and appearance. Very good, very excited. The permanent fog, rain, and overall depressing vibe of the atmosphere had a hoped evaporation like afternoon in the rain in the desert. Watch your ambiguity versus specificity. But what I like is funny because all three of these manuscripts I gotten have happened in a storm. Oh, what the heck is going on? It's storm day, yo. Oh, my. All right, so this place was engulfed with screams, clawing like wolves, and the mines. So we're talking about over-encompassing setting. I'm hoping that setting is as elevated as this detail is. So the room he was in smelled like a nice sensory detail. I'm very excited about this manuscript. This is probably the best one I've received out of the three. No offense to the other two. You guys are all getting uploaded today. So with that being said, author, I'm not worried about you. This is good. I think all three of these have been on the complimentary side, which is really good, where I usually tend to lean slightly more on the constructive criticism side. I try to lift the author every chance I can get, so double check as well. So sensory detail, pretty good. Loving that. Cement walls, flickering light bulbs, sound doors. Very good. Wow. Sensory detail left and right. Not worried about this author. Okay, first dialogue, similar to the first line. We kind of double check that with a critical eye. What have they done to you? Interesting. Kind of piques interest there a little bit. I do like to see that first line kind of more encompassing, more aesthetic, but I like how we're moving into some tension here. Something usually indicated by the rising action. The first thing I'm looking for is the introductory elements. What is this? Marked by shadows. Yeah, so we're already at 10 minutes, and we've gotten to like the third page of actual writing. What have they done to you? Roger asked the Disney chains. It's hard to explain. So we're a bit of stylizing there. Don't know if that's necessary. Let's double check. There's also already editing mistakes. Pro Writing Aid is catching them. So this is the not the this is it is paid Pro Writing Aid, but the actual Pro Writing Aid in Microsoft Word is a lot more detailed. As you notice, Pro Writing Aid is already catching mistakes here. Replied a delicate, exhausted girl who was pressed against the wall next to him. Sunset red hair was in a tangled ponytail. Very good, very good. Oh my goodness. She couldn't have been older than 9 years old. Okay. So watch your character count too. You know what? Honestly, if I don't get past the first prologue or the first chapter, whatever, I'm not worried about this novel at all. So with that being said, is it something I would normally read? That depends. I'm a horror author. Okay, I'm a horror fantasy author. So this is something I'd probably be interested in because the books I mentioned in that I beta read for other people tend to be these horror novels, tend to be these very sensory novels. And that's really the difference because there's a difference between average readers and avid readers, which is definitely the difference there. Average readers, they internalize dialogue and they read quite slow, kind of either a line by line like this or an S formation. Avid readers, speed readers like us, we're trained to visualize as we read. We don't internalize dialogue. So that's why imagery is so important. So speed readers are we don't go like he saw the malnourished girl yanked away by the ball girl. Maybe if we're reading out loud, but we are not supposed to read out loud. What we do is we visualize as we read. So with that being said, it's pretty fun. If you get into that habit, it's really nice. It changes the reading experience when you switch the paradigm. Malnourishness, about the way about the bald guard. Okay, we got an aspect of the everyman, just kind of like just every normal character, everyman, also known as commoner. How can your guard look different than somebody else's guard? So let's double check. I also want to see what kind of elements, where are we in terms of genre? Is this going to be fantasy fiction or generic horror? Let us see. Can I think of anything else? Yeah, Pro Writing Aid is not agreeing with this. It's like, what? It's like, what do you say? If you have, author, if you have Pro Writing Aid, go ahead. Give it a shot if you want to get it. If not, run it through it. I'm sorry, I flip-flopped that. I'm sorry, on the screen, that's cool. If you have Pro Writing Aid, run through it again. If you're not, maybe consider getting it. It's a huge tool that I love. 15798, one of the thousands of troops. Making sure. Okay, how can your troops be different than other people's troops? The girl retreated somewhere deep into her mind. That's a tell, not show. Watch out. Prisoners had architects of their own worlds hidden deep within themselves. That's also a tell, not. That's a big tell, not show. Stop! Roger yelled weakly to the girl. It's dragged down. Go ahead and elevate that dialogue. You don't have to just put stop. You can move things forward with purpose. Roger yelled weakly as the girl just dragged down and stepped down. Stop! I don't want to spend too much time with the young girl or the other girl. I want to spend time with the main character. I want to get to know love at first sight. Love at first sight. So a young woman stood by, watching, waiting, claiming she was there to help. She had red lips like blood. Watch your character count too. Dialogue. Watch your dialogue as well too. These onion chops, this quick cut, the ping pong dialogue. Opt for more full dialogue. Hello, Roger. Like that, you could said, smile coldly. Rose, you have to stop this, he whispered. Watch out for whispered and whatnot. Said his dad, but we also want to find that nice balance. I want peace even at the price of war or your life. Oh, pretty good. A lot of tension being raised here. I'm looking for the inciting incident. So with that being said, Roger Western, by order of the Corporation of Peaceful Help and Safe Earth Bureau. So we're a sci-fi. Oh my goodness. That's inconclusive. Let's double check. I like clarity. If I can have clarity of genre in the first chapter, I'm stoked. So there's a lot of good elements here, but there's still already some that would maybe think, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say if this. I would send this one back. I don't think so. I think I would give this a time of day. But I don't know. There's still something missing here. She tilted her head for that. It's kind of. I think it's more specificity with the main character. I would spend more time with the main character because I don't know. What we have here is a handful of silhouette characters. We don't know too much about them. We do have some unique characteristics to them, like the rose red lips. That's very important to have unique characteristics. But get that character profile in general. Like I said, I would rather, or like I say, a lot of people, I would rather have a lot of time allotted to a nice main character than divisive time amongst many characters. So double check. Roger's eyes widened. It's hard to tell who Roger looks like. He could be anyway. He could be purple. He could be purple and overweight. I don't know. So double check. Well, maybe history will paint you the martyr. Oh, pretty cool. Nice subtext there. A little cool. Without hesitation, weapon, bloodstained pistol. Okay, so we got a weapon system in the mix. Where is this weapon system gonna play out? Is this Earth weapons? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Used so often that unfortunately he had because too many deaths. Pro Writing Aid did not run this much as the last manuscript. So author, double check your manuscript for editing errors. Look at it. I mean, you can see on the screen. That's pretty fun. I like that too. Is a lot of people can actually see the Pro Writing Aid in action. And this is just this is like kind of the more primitive that they give you on Docs. Now there's a Pro Writing Aid when you buy it, you get one for Docs and you get one for Word. Word is a lot more encompassing. So Word would probably have all types of different things here. But you could see Pro Writing Aid's already like, what is this? After watching Roger's last breath, he escaped his wrist. Rolls told the very far. So Roger's dying. Who's the main character? I would have rated. Now that's kind of like a red flag right there. I double check. Rose told a very tall man named Gomez to dispose of Biden. No need for characters. There's too many characters already. Now it's starting to reel back a little bit. Then kicked Roger's lifeless body. We will bring you, bastard, to your knees. Oh, oh my goodness. Inconclusive. I'm gonna go read a little bit forward. I think that was the end of the prologue. I'm gonna read a little bit forward. Maybe get to 20 minutes here, because there was like a large time gap. Woo! Oh my goodness! Like I said in this video last week. Oh my, it was so funny. I was like, I'm the only beta reader that sweats during beta reads. Oh my, the only one in history. That's kind of like, woo! Oh, that was a tough beta read. Oh my goodness. All right, so keep on moving. We will bring you bastards to your knees. Oh my goodness. Microsoft, I'm gonna bring you to your knees. All right, chapter 1. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to determine the relevancy of that prologue, because prologue is used to set to the precedent of events at large, kind of setting the stage a little bit. So with that being said, where is that gonna tie in? I don't know. What was the purpose of that? A character kill-off, seems, but I would rather spend time with the main character. Jack had heard New York. Stop moving. Jack had heard New York used to be different. Slow down. That's a Telnet show. Maybe get that nice aesthetic. The same way you opened up the prologue, I would get that kind of same feel here. You've been told the street to be used to man. So, yeah. So we're in third person limited. I think this would do better in third person omniscient. No, the streets were stripped of any identity by numerals. Bird numerals? Oh, butt numerals. Sorry, the font's like, what? No, the streets are stripped of anything but numerals. Apparently, street names had too much history. So we're getting a lot of narrator observations. So he had been there. He told, and when you're writing in third person limited, that could get really touchy really fast because that's a lot of proclivity to tell not show. So double check that. And of course, we want to show not tell, so we don't feel like we're getting jabbed in the shoulder. So he'd be called Queens instead of Section W. Is what to say. Watch out, put things on a scale of importance, especially in these introductory elements. Like, what's more important, introducing a nice main character and elevating it, or miscellaneous elevation? So with that being said, you want elevated. You want to hit the check marks basically. So right now, I thought the check marks being hit, but the main character is not in sight. Maybe it's gonna be Jack here. I don't know. I do not know. And also, I want to see the relevancy of what happened right there, because now it seems like two different novels. So I'm hoping. I was stoked to run with that first type of content, the macabre type of content. I'm hoping we're not gonna go into like a completely different realm of aesthetic here. So now we're in the city. I do like contrast. Don't get me wrong. I do like contrast, but at the same time, I was more stoked on that content as opposed to this content. He watched a phase officer at the corner of his eye. Are we still going to be in that sci-fi clue? I think that was a sci-fi clue. The genre is still ambiguous. I like to be able to differentiate genre. First page. If I can get a clear plot type, if I can get a clear genre by that first page, I am so stoked. So presentations. Now we're getting into more of the dialogue here. We didn't necessarily have that in the first. Sir, this is a random search. ID of the papers. Sir, firmly stated. You don't need firmly stated, but it's nice. Yeah, sure. Opt for more full dialogue. Is there a reason for the search? Okay, the officer made no reply. So, like, that didn't even need to be there. So, Mr. Jack Hayes, where are you coming from? Where are you going? You demand I was visiting a friend, and I'm heading to the hospital. I am a doctor. Jack explained. Jack said, you were coming from Miss Georgia Western's apartment. The officer asked to see. Yeah, watch your filler words. Watch your glue words. Those little sticky words. So double check for those. Am I lagging now? Lag. No, I'm not lagging. Am I? lag. Sometimes I lag. Sometimes, how many times have I done a beta? No, and it happened once where I did this like an hour-long beta read and there was no sound at the end. I was so like disheveled. I was like, what the heck? No, you jackass. But I roll from the soldiers. So we're gonna stop. I'm gonna give this one last page. I want to be able to at least get that appearance of Jack here. Where are you from? The officer asked. Oh, too much going on here. This is boring compared to what was at the front. If man, I was really hoping that would be kind of like the board. I know the author motivation here is to add contrast. I can see that plain and simple here, but man, kind of went from 100 to 0 a little bit. Instead of 0 to 100, went kind of 100 to 0. Thank you for cooperation. Did I have a choice? Jack buttered. Man, so Jack right now is still a silhouette character. I want to see a nice elevated mane. So here, yeah, we're gonna cut it here. So with that being said, very exciting. 1 second, like okay, so I'm still kind of reeled into this. I am kind of reeled into this, so don't worry about it. So memories of his neighbor surface. Jack had been 12 years old, but his neighbor dragged away by the Phase Bureau because her daughter. So we got a lot of nice world building. So if I was like kind of getting like doing a report on this, I would start focusing on the world building. Like I'll be taking notes and everything, setting aside all different types of aspects and all that. But this is a speed beta read. We're not doing that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, good job. Author did a fantastic job here. Just a small recap. That beginning intro looked professional. We got a nice manuscript that I'm like, okay, I'm happy to read. In terms of content, double check. I love the macabre sensory detail at the beginning. All of that aesthetic that was set initially. That was really interesting. Although it did become sort of ambiguous, where it kind of became somewhat irrelevant in a way, or felt irrelevant towards the end. Double check. So if Jack is the main character, elevate. Get that main elevated. We want love at first sight. With that being said, I love the symmetry. I love the symmetry and presentation. It's not perfect, but at the same time, we don't look for perfection with symmetry. We look for asymmetry with purpose, whereas we don't want accidental asymmetry that's all over the place. So in terms of presentation, it's really good. World building seems to be very something that I would look forward to reading. Just see, so it's kind of still ambiguous though. It's still a little bit ambiguous. So I don't like that ambiguity when I get a manuscript. I want to be able to discern all these elements on the first page. I want to be able to discern a lot of different things by the first page. So usually 90% of the manuscripts I receive in this stage, I already kind of go, no, I kind of would send that back. This is one I would hold on to. I'd say, okay, this looks professional. Obviously, the author knows how to write. Maybe you ran through an editor phase. I don't know. It looks like it's been formatted. So with that being said, this seems like it's almost published ready. It really does. Is it my cup of tea? Can't really tell you. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe less ambiguity, more specificity. Get some specifics in there, and looks like something's happening on the screen. So with that being said, like, subscribe, and ladies and gentlemen, keep on writing. Get that 500, get those 1,000 words in today, and keep it moving.